Hi folks, since I've made the first video of building our first bale bed truck, I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on it. So I'm going to run this through again, but I'm going to use a lot of stock footage that I edited out of the other video, and I'm going to explain how we built this truck. Now today is December 15th, 2018, and we filmed this I think around 1993. Now there I am, I'm putting hydraulic oil into the reservoir. The tank and the pump came off of an old farmhand stacker, and the cylinders, hydraulic cylinders, came off of the new Holland 1030 Bale Wagon that's on this YouTube site. You saw me using the Bale Wagon picking up hay. Well, we got to the point we quit using square bales, so we tore the Bale Wagon apart and we used the cylinders for this. The arms going up there for the round bales are axles out of a 51 pole machine combine. My dad did things overkill sometimes. Now you saw a video a few videos back where Dad and I went to a neighbor. We took measurements of his bale bed truck, and of course we didn't use that design. Dad used the design out of a Dewey's, which worked pretty good. But right now, at this point, both arms don't come up and down together. We ran a pipe through there, and we went and actually to a hydraulic shop and got a hydraulic splitter that was supposed to make the arms come up evenly, which it did not do that. So in time after this, we put a square shaft through there, with square tubing for the arms to run on, and then the arms went up and down evenly. I can't remember why I have the come along on there. I think it was to keep the arms from going too far out and falling off. The hydraulic controls, at this point I had them laying on the bed rather than mounted on a headboard. We did a lot of testing going up and down. We had to get the right throw on the cylinders, the arms. And in later time we ended up, see that arm going up before the other one? That was a problem, and that's why we had to go to put a square shaft in there and use the Dewey's design. And we later ended up going about 2/3 up on those arms and bending them forward a little bit to put the bale a little more on the bed and feet a little bit easier on the ground. There I am at the controls. It was easier to stand there and run the controls and watch what was going on at that point. And the truck is a 1967 Ford F-250 four-wheel drive. It was a really good truck. And you saw in later videos on here, I had a second hydro bed truck. It was a red and black Ford. Well, when we bought that truck, we took this bed off this truck and put the bale bed onto the red and black Ford. And doing all this, you know, we leaked a lot of hydraulic oil out on the ground, but when we got done, we finally had a really good design and a really good system. Okay, that was the very first bale I ever lifted with it. And we already saw what the problem was. The bale hung on the spikes, but it had nothing to rest on the bed. So we ended up putting some timbers on the bed temporarily for the bale to sit on. And we started using it. And in a few seconds from now, you're going to see I put a disc blade on each side of the spikes to keep the bale from actually digging into the arms. There they are with the disc blades on. And you got to remember, you know, we built this in our farm shop. And there was no blueprints or anything. We just drew out some designs and from what we knew, some measurements, and we built it. A very, very powerful hydraulic pump. It lifted a lot heavier things than just round bales. We lifted all sorts of stuff with this truck. But now you can see I've got the hydraulic controls mounted on the left side of the headboard there. And then I used bicycle handlebars for handles to go over above the door so I could reach out and pull them up and down. You can see we used what we had. It looked a little cobbled up, but in the end we really had a good job, and it did a good job for us. There I am with the handles on there. There's a hydraulic tank, and the pump was mounted down underneath. Okay, here's the second bale I've ever loaded with it. And I got the spikes pretty well in the center. It's not always the easiest thing to see from the cab, but now as this thing goes up in the air and sits, you can see the problem. There's nothing for the bale to sit on. So we got a couple 12 by 12s to put on the bed. Okay, I'm backing up and I'm going to lay this bale down and I'm going to do a test. I'm going to leave it squeezed. I'm going to just drive forward. And what I'm doing in this test is testing the floating of the hydraulics. I released the pressure, and when I went out and fed bales, I would hold the lever down, and then the arms, as the bale would feed, the arms would just float down to the ground as the bale unrolled. But this was a very important test to do right here, even though it doesn't look like it is. Now we're out to feed. And this is from the video feeding in 20 above zero weather.
What do you think of that for a loading hay?
We had quite a bit of footage, and there's our cows, some of them. There I am cutting the strings. I would cut the strings and tie them in a knot. Most of the time I could just pull them out. Sometimes if they were frozen to the bale, I'd have to feed the bale and then come back and grab them. There we go. And I'm actually unrolling the round bale uphill. So thanks for watching this video. Thanks for watching my ranch adventures. I really appreciate it.
He gets done with that, I want to look at the old green Ford.
You do what, son?
You get done, we'll have you come over and look at the green Ford, and I will tell you what. That's off.
Got a nice shot on, see?
Okay.
It's back in your pickup, so you see it up there.